Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, Dayton Squad. So on today's video, we have some good news. Details coming right up. So, for the last 2 days, we have been reporting some bad news because of the travel restrictions imposed by the Philippine government that started last March 18 of 2021. And now, that travel restriction was revised, and this is the new travel restrictions to the Philippines. The IATF has released a new memorandum on the temporary suspension of travel into the Philippines. The first update, only overseas Filipino workers are allowed to go home to the Philippines starting March 18 until April 19. Now, the revised new travel restrictions, all Filipino citizens are allowed to go home to the Philippines now, whether you are an overseas Filipinos or an overseas Filipino workers. That will start on March 22 of 2021 and will last until April 21 of 2021. So let's go over the details on this new update on the new travel restrictions to the Philippines. In view of the agreements in the Interagency Task Force on the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases or IATF meeting held on the 18th of March 2021, the directives under Memorandum Circular No. 5 issued by the National Task Force Against COVID-19, NTF COVID-19, are hereby clarified. Number 1. All Filipino citizens, whether returning overseas Filipinos or overseas Filipino workers, shall be allowed to return to the Philippines. So please take note, all Filipino citizens. This includes dual citizens, Filipino citizens, green card holders, permanent resident, those who still have Philippine passport that did not naturalize abroad. Unfortunately, for former Filipinos who naturalized abroad and did not apply for dual citizenship, you guys are still not allowed to go home to the Philippines. The memorandum from the IATF only allows Filipino citizens, so please take note of that. Effective 001 hours, March 22, 2021 to 23:59 hours, April 21, 2021, the entry of foreign nationals shall be temporarily suspended except for the following. So remember, on the previous travel restrictions, foreigners are not really allowed to enter the Philippines. This time, there are some exemptions when they revised the travel restrictions to the Philippines. They are now allowing foreign nationals to enter the Philippines starting March 22 of 2021 if you are one of the following. Number 1, diplomats and member of international organizations and their dependents, provided they hold a valid 9E visa or 47A2 visa as the case may be at the time of entry. Number 2, foreign nationals involved in medical repatriation duly endorsed by Department of Foreign Affairs, Office of the Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Affairs, and Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, provided that they have a valid visa at the time of entry. Number 3, foreign seafarers under the Green Lanes program for crew change, provided that they hold a 9C crew list visa at the time of entry. Number 4, foreign spouses and children of Filipino citizens traveling with them, provided they have valid visas at the time of entry. So please take note, foreign nationals who are married to a Filipino citizen are allowed to enter the Philippines provided that you guys are traveling together, that you have a valid visa at the time of entry. So please take note of that. This is very critical because even if you are a spouse of a Filipino national, if you are not traveling with her, you are still not allowed to enter enter the Philippines. And if you are traveling with her, you still have to have an entry visa when you enter the Philippines. And number 5, emergency, humanitarian, and other analogous cases approved by the chairperson of the NTF COVID-19 or his duly authorized representative, provided the foreign nationals have valid visas at the time of entry. So this is the new update from the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Infectious Diseases, or IATF. This is the revised new travel restrictions to the Philippines. Before the travel restrictions, only overseas Filipino workers or OFWs are allowed to enter the Philippines. The new travel restrictions or the revised travel restrictions, all Filipino citizens are allowed to enter the Philippines, whether you are an overseas Filipinos or these are the returning overseas Filipinos or ROF, and the overseas Filipino workers or OFWs. Also, foreign spouses of Filipino nationals are allowed to enter the Philippines if you guys are traveling together, and the foreign spouse should have a valid visa upon entry into the Philippines. So please take note of those changes when you travel to the Philippines during the new travel restriction that will start on March 22 until April 21 of 2021. So this new update is a whole lot better compared to the last 2 updates that we had from the Philippine government. But still, the 1,500 passengers per day is still implemented. So still, please check with your airlines if your flights to the Philippines are affected. So this is our quick travel update for today, guys. As soon as I seen the news and as soon as I confirm that this is legit, I really wanted to let you guys know as soon as possible, because I know there are a lot of our kababayans who are so disappointed with the recent new travel restrictions to the Philippines. And thankfully, they have revised it and they have made it more fair to all our kababayans who still wants to go home to the Philippines. So this is it, guys. This is the new travel restrictions to the Philippines just posted by the IATF few hours ago, and this is really good news. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family whom you know that can use this video as reference. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We do travel updates, and if you are not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified on updates like this. And to our subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much for the continued support and trust to our channel, the INT'L Squad. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.